What's up everyone? My name is Aaron Smith and today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious brown butter apple pie. This pie is rich, decadent, and it is sure to make you fat. Just saying. So just be careful when making this pie. It can become a little addictive. I mean, just try the recipe. If you like the recipe, hit subscribe. If you would like to see more videos with me cooking, just comment, subscribe. I appreciate the love. Let's go. Oh!
Some tools you'll need are, you'll need a scale, a peeler, or a paring knife works just as good. You'll need a microplane, an apple core, and right here I'm using a box cheese grater to cut my butter into the dough. If you have a food processor, that also works well. So for our pie crust, we're going to use some brown butter that I made the night before and shortening. I'm using brown butter because I love brown butter, and it just gives a nice, rich, deep flavor to whatever you put it in. And shortening helps also with the flakiness and texture of your crust. I used to be just only use butter, but then I started using shortening in my pie crust, and my pies have been amazing, even better. So I've pre-measured out 600 grams of all-purpose white flour, 100 grams of whole wheat flour, and about a cup and a half of ice cold water. I've got a couple ice cubes in there to make sure it stays nice and cold. This is going to help keep your dough nice and cold while you mix and prevent any butter from melting. So next we got our apples. Here I've got some green Granny Smith apples, and I've got a couple of Pink Lady apples. I like to mix it up. I love Pink Lady apples. They're probably my favorite apples to use. They are quite expensive, so if you're feeling a little cheap, then just buy the green apples. Whatever you do not buy red delicious apples. They are disgusting. Don't ever eat them. To complement my filling for the apples, I've got about 300 grams of brown sugar, 100 grams of pure maple syrup, 15 grams of salt, about 5 grams of cinnamon and allspice, 60 grams of cornstarch, and about 10 grams of the brown butter milk solids that I strained off from the brown butter earlier. Alright, so now you want to combine your flours, your salt, in a small metal bowl, and give that like a nice little mix until it's well incorporated. Next, I'm going to grate in the butter. Now I'm going to add my shortening. And we're going to give this a nice mix with my hands, kind of keep working it. You kind of want it to look and feel like sand. Once I've got that, I'm going to add my water. Gently. You can always start off with a little bit of water at a time. Don't add the whole thing or your dough might become too wet. I'm gonna work that, and once I've worked it to where I'm pleased, I'm gonna dump it out on a table and begin to work it, and not necessarily kneading, but like patting it and compacting it into one massive ball. Once I've got my dough made, I'm gonna get some plastic wrap it up, divide it, one for the bottom and then one for the top. I'll place the dough in the freezer overnight, or if you're in a rush, for about an hour. Now for the fun part, peeling apples. Peel and core the apple. Slice apples. You want them to be thick slices. Also, to prevent apples from turning brown, place them in ice cold water. This is going to help keep them from turning brown and helps them stay crisp as well. Heat a large pot, add butter, maple syrup, sugar, cornstarch, cinnamon, brown butter, and milk solids, and lemon zest. Stir until combined. Dump in all of your apples. Bring heat to high and stir all the apples and make sure they are well coated. After about 3 to 4 minutes, apples should start releasing their own juices. Keep stirring until sauce has thickened. Do not, I repeat, do not overcook. Taste the apples. It should still have some texture. Dump apples onto a half sheet tray lined with parchment. Chill in refrigerator for 30 minutes. Roll out your pie dough to 11 inches in diameter. Place dough in pie pan. Trim any over excessive hanging dough. Tuck and fold pie dough to form crust. Pinch the pie dough edges to make a decorative crust. If you're lazy or just frustrated, you're more than welcome to use a fork to crimp the edges. Place pie dough in freezer. Remove from freezer. Pour in apple filling. Roll out second dough to 9-inch circle. Using a knife or pizza roller, cut 2-inch strips. Lay 4 strips vertically. Pull 2 strips back and lay strip horizontally. Repeat this process until done. Trim the excess dough and pinch down into crust. Freeze the pie, minimum 1 hour or overnight. Remove pie from freezer. Place in oven for 50 minutes. Pie should be golden brown and bubbly. When pie is done, set to cool for 30 minutes to 45 minutes at room temp. Top with ice cream, caramel, and enjoy.